This is KLBK's Ag Journal, sponsored by FiberMax.
Welcome back. In 1983, Hank the Cow Dog emerged out of Perryton, Texas, spanning 73 children's books about his adventures that have sold over 9 million copies to date. This beloved character is the creation of author John R. Erickson. In this week's Ag Journal, we got to sit down with the author, who has a new book, Finding Hank, that gives readers a unique look into his life.
3 generations have had the opportunity to learn what life is like on a West Texas Panhandle ranch, all through the eyes of a mischievous and humorous Australian shepherd named Hank. Audiences have fallen in love with these cast of characters because of the authenticity John writes about from his own experiences working on a ranch.
One of the things that's most important to me about the ranching tradition is that it's an oral tradition of storytelling, and the stories are usually funny. And when I went to the University of Texas and Harvard Divinity School, I was studying literature, and it was always depressing. There was something in me that cried out against depressing literature. There was this little country, small-town voice in me that said, if you can't write anything but depressing stories, why don't you go get a job and let somebody else write stories?
After 15 years of rejection from publishers, John and his wife Christine began their own publishing company out of their garage in Perryton, Texas, called Maverick Books.
I either had to give up my dream of being a writer or do something different. I went to bed and cried myself to sleep, and I got up the next morning and looked out at the landscape in front of me, and I said, all you guys who don't want me to be an author better get out of the way, because I'm coming through, and if you're in the way, you're going to have boot tracks all up and down your spine.
John's tenacity paid off, publishing 75 books with numerous awards. His stories have been translated into different languages, reaching readers across the world.
I had figured out that I didn't need the approval of an editor or an agent or a publisher or a university professor. All I needed to do was go out and sell books to people who needed decent stories to read.
In Erickson's latest book, Finding Hank, he answers the questions that have resonated with fans throughout his career.
I was a very slow reader. I may have been dyslexic. And I wrote the Hank books for me, for a slow reader. And I want it to be easy and painless and fun and fast. I want slow reading 4th grade boys proud that they finished a book and wanting to read another one.
Reporting for Ag Journal, Brandon Waits, KLBK News.